12 touchdowns as a junior. And I mentioned last week 4 TDs against Garfield. Questions for this, or back to the running game for Wooster. They do have some good starting offensive linemen. Their line is one of the biggest they've had in a while with size, and they move well. Starting on the offensive line, Shaquille Owens, Grant Stokes, Cam Davini, along with senior Trevor Villegas. They really have some good experience with those starters back, and a good wide receiver in Darian Owens. So look for this offense to really move the ball and score some points for Wooster. Their question marks are on the defensive line and at linebacker because of inexperience, but they do have that mix of veterans and newcomers that give them a pretty formidable team this season. Grizzlies 410 yards of total offense last season. Jack Snowball with those 136 yards rushing is now 10th on the school's career rushing touchdown list with 16. Jack needs 11 more touchdowns to crack the top 5 all-time in touchdowns, and knock on wood, he stays healthy. He should get those. And the defense really stepped up last week for Wadsworth as well, with a couple interceptions, a lot of tackles for loss, broke up some passes. So it'll be interesting to see what happens on both sides of the ball here tonight. The Wooster defense last week did give up 265 yards on the ground. That bodes well for the Grizzlies. They also gave up 144 through the air, but Worcester's defense did force Garfield into 6 turnovers, so it sounds like they're aggressive.
Yeah, so we'll see. You called it. This will be a good matchup for the Grizzly offense. And they did such a nice job running the football last week with that 3-headed monster running attack that they have. Jack Snowball and John Kuss and Bret Boffman, and really executed their offensive game plan to a letter last week, and just mixing those runs up and just, really throwing in some timely passes here and there, but really did a great job behind the good offensive line last week.
Of note for Wadsworth, sophomore running back Marquise Jackson out this week and next week. So they will be -1 in that stable of running backs tonight and next week. But Grizzlies looking to avenge last season's 28-0 shutout. Another one of those revenge games here, Roger, and we're ready to go. Underway at Art Wright Memorial Stadium, Game 2 of the 2011 season. Fielded at the 2-yard line by James Preston, a junior, and he's hit hard across the 15.
Going to see who made that tackle. That was a nice special teams tackle. Looked like number 3 was over Anthony Pappas, and I couldn't see who helped them, but they did a great job hustling down there and getting the Generals before they could get a decent return. Nice surprise last week, John, was the kickoffs by Luis Escudero and the long 37-yard field goal he made that probably would have been good from 47.
Yeah, he averaged 52 yards per kick last week. And speaking back of senior defensive back Anthony Pappas led the team in total tackles last week against Ashland with 6. Shotgun, Doherty just short drops back, flings one out to LeBrent Ward, junior wide receiver, and a gain of about
incomplete. I think he dropped it.
Okay.
Yeah, it looked like it came out there. So 2nd and 10, but like we said, you're going to see now there's a running, unlike last week with Ashland, they'll go shotgun, but there will be a running back back there with Doherty.
That running back will be Anderson, 6 foot, 200-pound senior running back. And the give goes to him. He tries to stutter step to his right, and he's immediately met by a Wadsworth Grizzly. And
I think that was number 51, Byron Brown, one of the defensive linemen shooting through there.
Looked like it may have been Mitch Gordon in on it.
And that was something else we saw last week that was so good as you get a look at Coach Dennison. That defensive line really did a nice job of getting pressure on the quarterback and jamming up any runs that Ashland tried to do. See if they can do it again tonight.
Yeah, against Ashland.
3rd and 12.
Ashland -3 rushing yards against the Grizzly defense last week. Grizzlies jump. Were they provoked? Worcester players clapping their hands like it's on Wadsworth. And it is. Offsides Grizzlies.
Yeah, and that's a good job. Again, you talk about an experienced quarterback. That's what they do. Devin Doherty knows it's 3rd and 12. Let's go on a hard count. Let's mix it up and see if we can get one of those defensive linemen who's anxious to rush the passer. Let's see if we can get him to jump early in the game, and it works. And now instead of a 3rd and 12, you got a 3rd and 7, and see if the Grizzly defense can get off the field here.
Doherty looks to throw, tucks it in, runs with it, gets to the first down marker, and then he's stopped by John Kuss.
And that's a nice play. And you know, I always say, and you've heard me say it many times, running quarterbacks are really hard to defend. When you're going to catch the replay here, you're going to see. But that was quick. He barely took his drop, but it's like an instant draw play. And when things break down, the defensive linemen try to stay in a designated area, their lane, as they're rushing the passer, but that doesn't always work out the way you plan it. And Doherty, a heads up, gets a first down.
Well, we're going to see a lot of that tonight. He can run with the ball. Hand off Anderson. Got a couple, fought for another, maybe 3 yards, 4 yards on the play. Doherty, 834 yards rushing last year as a junior. And
gain of about 5, brings up 2nd and 5.
Yeah, and Anderson too, you know, John, he's not small. He's listed at 6 foot 200 pounds, and you know, he's a big back. You just saw him break a tackle right there, so not an easy guy to bring down.
2nd and 5, as they gave Anderson 5 on the play from their own 32. Doherty going to throw long in the corner. Right there for the Grizzlies was Anthony Pappas to break up the pass.
Nice job there by Anthony. Just a little fade route here, where a takeoff route. The receiver's just going to split up wide. And Coach Dennison, you know, this is on the Grizzly scouting report. That's what they try to do. They try to get those one-on-one matchups with their good receiver Owens, and Pappas just did a nice job of closing and going up and getting that ball at its highest point to knock it down. So great play there by Anthony.
Owens did have 2 touchdown catches last week against Garfield. Doherty passes 41 and 55 yards. A little misdirection fake there, and look at Doherty go for the first down across the 40.
A little quarterback counter there, and one of the things that the Generals do right here, look at this execution. Great fake, freezes the Grizzly defense, and then Doherty's a little magician there. He's got the ball hidden and comes back at you the other way full speed. So nice execution there by the Generals, and another first down, 1st and 10. And, well, you know, we mentioned the heat, John, too. These are the times when you want that defense to get on and off the field. You want those 3 and outs because the heat is going to be a factor.
And much as we'll talk about how great of a quarterback Doherty is, he's also their kicker, their punter, and a defensive back for the Generals defense.
Does everything but drive the team bus.
There's Anderson. Good, another chunk of 5 yards.
Nick Tavanello, Grizzly defensive lineman, all-star there, bringing him down, but nice pickup on first down. The Generals will take that about 5 yards.
Wooster is led by head coach Mike McCreary in his 13th year. He has a career record of 66 wins to 57 losses. Doherty in trouble, steps out of it, puts the head down, surges forward. Maybe a yard short of the line of scrimmage, loss of 1.
It's like Byron Brown's going to bring him down, but this is what the Grizzlies did so well last week. You know, when you run play action and you have the fake, the thing that does is it does give the defensive lineman a chance to penetrate, and the Grizzly lineman did a great job of doing just that right there and then disrupting the rhythm of that play. Now, here we are again in a 3rd down and 7. The Grizzlies have had several of these, and they got to get off the field now. You got to get a stop here and get these guys off the field and resting.
Wooster's already chewed up more than 4 minutes of this first quarter on this opening drive. Doherty throws a hard one over the middle, and it is caught by number 36, the tight end Keegan Bess, a huge individual, the senior, 6'2", 225. And there's using that tight end.
Yep, and that's a good job. The Grizzlies rushed 4. dropped 7 into coverage. But again, this is an experienced quarterback and an experienced tight end. And we remember Keegan Best from last year.
Yeah.
He's a very talented athlete. He's big. He's 6'2", 225, and you could see right there, he can catch that ball and he can run with it. So that's a great play there by Wooster, and another third down.
He's a key inside linebacker as Best with this young defense for the Generals. As a jersey grab stops Anderson there. It looked like big number 65, Nick Tavanello.
That looked like a big grizzly paw reaching out there and bringing him down. Nick using one arm, I think, to bring down a very powerful running back. But we know very well that Nick Tavanello is a powerful young man, and we mentioned a great state champion wrestler and certainly a Division I caliber athlete, as he'll be wrestling for our beloved Ohio State Buckeyes next year. All right, brings up a 2nd and 6 here for the Generals.
Doherty open over the middle, pass is tipped, coming across the middle for Wadsworth was C.J. Edwards to break that one up.
He almost got it too. Boy, that was almost a huge interception by C.J. Edwards from his safety spot. He did a nice job reading that play, diagnosing it quickly, and breaking on the football, almost coming up with a huge interception. But as it was a nice play, brings up 3rd and 6.
Third and 6, big play for the Grizzly D here. Anderson gonna go to the end zone, touchdown Generals. They go up 6-0 with 6:28 to go in the first quarter. That is Devontae Anderson's 5th touchdown of the season.
Nothing fancy right there, just some nice running by Anderson, and you could see the quick cut he made in the hole to his left, saw the opening, and there he goes. Now, one thing the Generals do that's kind of unique on these point afters, they do the muddle huddle where everybody huddles up to the left. They might split a guy to the right, and they just make you cover everybody in case they want to go for a trick play for 2 points.
And as we mentioned, Doherty is the kicker, and he boots one through, so Devin Doherty makes it 7-0 Wooster.
Nice first drive there, and boy, you mentioned they took a lot of time off that clock, John, and that's taking a page out of the Grizzlies book in that ball control. But you could just see this is a veteran bunch, veteran-led offense. They know what they're doing. They're very methodical. They do a good job in all phases of passing, running, mixing things up. And it's going to be a tough offense to stop tonight.
Doherty last season kicked 31 extra points and 3 field goals. He wound up with 112 total points for the season. So
yeah, it's neat too. He's really not that big of a guy. He's listed at 5'11", 160, but certainly very athletic and multi-talented at a number of different areas of football.
Special thanks to our team physicians, Dr. Crawford and Dr. Boyer, for all their time donated to our student athletes.
12-play scoring drive puts the Generals up 7-0, 6:28 to play. First quarter. There you look at Coach Dennison, 17th season, 113 wins.
So we got Jack Snowball deep to return the kick.
Jack Snowball deep for the Grizzlies.
So now we'll get a chance to see our talented quarterback, John Kuss, and that Grizzly offense here.
Yeah, with Martise out tonight, he was the lone kick returner last week. It'll be the senior, Jack Snowball deep, standing at his 4-yard line.
And Wooster also likes to do that little fake. They kind of muddle huddle together, and they all run at the ball, and then they break off, but they can onside kick at any time.
Snowball from the 5. And he's tripped up at the 19. Good job on the tackle there by Worcester's number 22, Von Blair, a junior.
And a nice kickoff as well. Nice deep kick, high. Gave chance for the coverage guys to get down there and make a tackle. So let's see what the Grizzly offense can do now.
We saw that Good push up front by the Generals offensive line. Let's see what the Grizzly line can do after having a tremendous game one last week. And Wooster stuffing the run there. They may have got one, the Grizzlies. That offensive line, Derek Mackey, John Hamblin, John Roberts, Nick Tavanello, and Brandon Paladar.
Outstanding job last week. And tight end Nick Seamy and Tyler Perry gets in there at tight end as well. But they'll have their work cut out for them tonight. The defense for the Generals, they go from a 5-3, 5-down lineman with 3 linebackers. So 8 guys in the box trying to defend that run first makes it challenging.
They lost a lot of people on that D-line and linebacker crew. Kuss gonna keep it. Von Blair chasing him down and wraps him up and throws him out of bounds, and that could be a late hit.
Boy, the referee didn't call it. That easily could have been a hit out of bounds. He kind of spun him and threw him, but nice gain there. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 4 here for the Grizzlies, and good job by John Kuss getting some positive yardage there.
Wadsworth. Ball is now on the Grizzlies 25-yard line.
Here you're going to see at the end there, maybe a little extra with the referee, but didn't feel it warranted a penalty. So here we are with 3rd and 4.
In this Wooster D with some good size. Little option pitch back to Snowball, who stayed back there. A little couple stiff arms for a first down. And you kind of always forget about that Snowball stiff arm. He's got a good one.
Well, Thomas Dahl, number 30 for the Worcester Generals, isn't going to forget it, because you can see on the replay right here. There it is. Wow. That was like, not today. And there's a second one. So great job. And it's, again, we said it, so nice to see Jack back running the football, doing what he does. Great job.
There, Snowball lowers the head. Boy, look at him go across the 41. 5-yard gain. We're going to go back to the talking about the Wooster defense being a little young and inexperienced, but they are strong and fast with some good size. They have a 240-pound nose guard in Stokes, who goes both ways. He's an offensive guard as well. And you got tackles Villegas and Billy Hill, both 240 as well. So you got 3 240-pounders on that Wooster D.
Really, both of their lines have nice size.
2nd and 5 from the 41. Kuss fake to Snowball, keeps it, and got it, maybe 1.
Nice job by the Generals now, but you see the Grizzlies, you know, go into that philosophy where they're going to run different guys, come at you with quarterback, come at you with tailback, and probably get a fullback run in here, mixing things up. But now another 3rd down and 3. Kind of nice now. The shadows have come onto the field now, so at least the players got that helping them cool things off just a little bit.
3rd and 3. Grizzlies eating up a bit of the clock, as did the Generals on their first possession. Toss Snowball, why not? 1st down, cuts it around the corner, flag on the play. Snowball still on his feet. He's going to head to the end zone, but let's see what the yellow laundry is about.
Boy, I hope this one's not coming back, but they threw it out on the perimeter. Could be a holding or some kind of illegal block.
We should be able to see it if we've got it, because that flag came out right behind the ball.
Yeah, boy, what a shame too, because that was a beautiful run. Let's see though. Yep, they're going to back up the Grizzlies here. Holding, yep, so it's going to be a holding call, and that's going to back that thing up. And
43-yard line.
Here it is.
The replay, it's going to bring up a 3rd and 3, and we'll do it all over again. But you can see the Grizzlies pulling John Hamblin there, doing a good job getting around. Looks like Boffman getting a nice block from fullback, and flag comes in there out on the perimeter. So 3rd and 3.
It'll go to Boffman. He's wrapped up and dropped just short of the 1st down marker.
But Boffman, the ball carrier.
So they're going to be short, boys, by about a yard. So I don't know if Coach would gamble here or not. It's a good yard. Looks like the offense is going to stay on the field.
Don't see punter Mitch Gordon coming out.
They're right on the 45. Now they could do a hard count and try to draw the Generals off sides. But let's see. Let's see. You got Jack Snowball back there.
Got Boffman in front of him. Snowball will get it. He got the first down. And plenty more into Wooster territory. Jack Snowball takes it to the 47.
Boy, that does Ohio football fans proud there. Just lining up. That's just power on power. Coach Dennison having the courage to make that call early in the game, not wanting to give the ball back to the Wooster offense. Gives his defense some more time to rest, but gutsy call and well done, well executed by the Grizzly offense.
Sees a fake and opens Gordon. Nice fake and reception by Mitch Gordon to the 24-yard line.
And here's that play action pass, just a little fake inside handoff. John Kuss stands tall, turns, finds receiver Gordon, and then Gordon does a nice job catching that ball and almost breaking that for a touchdown. So well executed, and again, that's what it does when you run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. The defense just gets conditioned to stopping that run every down, and then all of a sudden the receiver's running past him and you're completing a nice pass. So again, great execution by the Grizzly offense.
And John Kuss was 4 out of 7 last week throwing the football. He's going to keep this one, and someone missed some blocks.
Yeah, too much penetration right there. Just disrupted the whole timing and rhythm of this play, but you can see a little fake handoff. Kuss is looking for the opening and trying to follow the pulling lineman, but there's too much penetration on that play. And any kind of penetration when you're pulling backside linemen, any kind of play side penetration tends to mess that up, and it did right there. So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 13.
From the Wooster 27 back to the I formation. Oh, a little fake on the reverse, and boy, lucky for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, and lucky for the Generals, because had they executed that play, there was a lot of running room.
Nick Seamy came back to pounce on that one. But
look at the defensive end from Wooster. He turns his shoulders, and that's something you always tell your contained man. You always keep your shoulders square to the line of scrimmage when the ball goes away from you. But had the Grizzlies been able to come up with that and execute it well, that could have been a big gainer for Gordon. But as it is, 3rd and 26.
Nice play call there, just couldn't execute. So 3rd and real long, 45 seconds to go. We've only had 2 series on offense, one each team. Open Snowball to get a big chunk of yardage. Trying to strip it out was James Preston. Snowball just short of the first down.
Yeah, and again, this is a nice execution. Look at the protection. Line doing a great job. And there's a good pass by John Kuss right on the money, dropping it into Jack, and Jack driving those defenders back.
Gotta go for it.
Yep, 4th and 3, and remember, you do have that kicker,
soccer leg,
right?
Yep.
That can maybe start giving you, some 3 points on the board as well. And I think they're just going to wait here until the clock runs down.
Yeah, 3-2-1, end of the first quarter. Wooster leads at 7-0. Looking at
and that play brings the first quarter to a close.
Last week, Luis Escudero had that
Grizzlies 0.
Field goal.
Don't forget to pick up your 50-50 raffle.
That was a
37-yarder.
So
the winner took home $1,300.
Yeah, he was a very pleasant surprise last week, and really is a soccer player, and came out as you look at. Oh, I love that. You know that. There's high school principal Jerry Parsons and associate principal Steve Moore and assistant principal Jeff Taringo. And look at Mr. Moore. We're going to have to give him a celebration penalty. That's a little over celebration there. But he is a master.
Look at that. Where's the hot dogs?
I've got to ask Mr. Moore, and I believe he could probably do it, if he could shoot a T-shirt into one of these windows in the
That
press
was
box.
a football he just launched.
He can do it all. T-shirts, hot dogs, footballs.
Turn the field camera over here to us.
John Bernard,
Trying to come to the
WCTV,
window.
saying, "Come to Papa." And I think
A little bit short.
I think he saw you. He saw you were open. He tried to get it to you. All right. Always fun. Always fun here at Arkwright Stadium. And I'd have a lot more fun right here if the Grizzlies can pick up this 4th and 3.
Well, that first quarter, Roger, only took 20 minutes in real time. Started the second quarter, 4th and 3 for the Grizzlies. It'll go to Snowball. I don't know. He did get across the 15-yard line. He needed to get to about the 14 they may measure.
Well, we'll see. It's going to be awful close.
Nope, not going to even measure it. He
they got it. All right, and good job, too, there by Bret Boffman against the very tough linebacker there, number 36 for Wooster, that Keegan Best, who we saw at tight end. He's also a very good linebacker, and Bret Boffman did a nice job blocking him on that play.
4th first down of the drive for Wadsworth. Each team has only had one possession. And Kuss turns it around the left side, lowers the boom at the 5, and hammers James Preston to the ground on a bullish run by John Kuss.
You know, when we love when quarterbacks do this, but we talked about defensive ends turning their shoulders in. That time they got the same thing out of number 30, and that's all it takes. A quick guy like John Kuss, he's running the ball. If the defensive end, the outside contained man, turns his shoulders in, you can get around him quickly, and John did a great job of doing just that. And Grizzlies 1st and goal. They're in business here.
Full house backfield now. 1st and goal from the 3. Boffman gets it, and he rolls in. He kind of got hit on the knees and stumbled a little. Bret Boffman, his 3rd touchdown of the season. Here's a replay.
See the Grizzly fans loving every second of that. And Bret Boffman, a big guy, doing a good job protecting the football and doing that 3-legged drill that those coaches like to run, those running back coaches, where you get them to lose their balance. You practice losing your balance, sticking that arm down, keeping your feet. Bret gets it in the end zone. Great job.
Wadsworth soccer player Luis Escudero was 3 out of 4 on extra points last week in the win over Ashland. And this one's low and no good. I don't know, did somebody get a hand on it?
Well, I think the hold was kind of messed up there. It looked like the ball got turned down cockeyed, and then looks like Luke Gilbert's helping out in the T-shirt shooting now. But looked like the ball just got misheld a little bit, and the Generals are going to maintain a 1-point lead.
So 2 offenses really using that clock well in the first 2 possessions of the game.
And you know what I like about that drive, John, is that the Grizzlies overcame that big setback they had on the fumbled reverse.
The Grizzlies last week really dominated in the time of possession category against Ashland. Wadsworth had the ball for 31 minutes in last week's game. Ashland just 17.
Yeah, that ball control was part of the Grizzly game plan, and boy, they're up against a team tonight that can control that ball as well. So it's a quick, you mentioned such a quick first quarter, and see if that continues, and it's a quick first half. But now we got Luis Escudero teeing this one up, and the Grizzlies special teams going on duty.
That's into the end zone. Will come out to the 20 as James Preston caught it just inside the goal line. So now this Wooster team does have a good number of players that go both ways. So we'll see how that
that's a factor.
affects the fatigue with the heat tonight. And
yeah, you get a look at Grizzly coaches, defensive coordinator Rob Karovic, defensive backs coach Anthony Pappas.
Father of defensive back Anthony Pappas. So 15-play drive for the Grizzlies. Couldn't convert on the PAT, so we're at 7-6 with 11:22 to go in the first half.
Yeah, good first quarter there of football. Both teams really doing a great job executing offensively. And now we got a little timeout. The referees, on sometimes when it's really hot like this, they will
give water breaks.
Yeah, red water breaks. The referees, after a certain time, will just start calling water breaks and getting the guys a chance to rest, catch their breath, get a quick drink before resuming play, which is always smart when it's hot and humid like this.
And looking at this Wooster offensive line that's gave them that great push in that first series. They go 260, 240, 290, 240, 280. Yeah, that's some size for a high school offensive line.
It's a big group.
Here's Anderson on the counter. And Grizzlies stayed home and stopped him from breaking a big one.
Yeah, nice job there by the Grizzly defense. Looks like Chester Foth getting up from the pile. But yeah, not only are they big, because sometimes people overemphasize the size of lines a little bit too much, and it's more their execution. It's more how they come off the ball, how hard they work, how hard they battle, how hard they compete. And these guys seem to do a good job in all categories. 2nd
and 6 for the Generals. Anderson gets it again. This time he gets the first down, spins out of a tackle, and then there to stop him were Mitch Gordon, and not sure who was the other player in on that.
Maybe one of the other safeties.
It was number 17, Nate Winkler.
The Generals picking out their 1st and 10. Ball is on their own 43-yard line.
Yeah, boy, but we mentioned their offensive line. Anderson's a very talented running back. You can see it's kind of fun watching the good running backs in this game as well. Get a look at Coach Dennison and Coach John Yagi, defensive line coach, linebackers.
Anderson fake there. Doherty keeps it. Boy, he's got some nice moves. Breaks another tackle. And then finally, Byron Brown, the senior, is there to stop him. But here goes Devin Doherty again, showing what he can do with the feet.
Yeah, just look at that offensive line. Look at the hole he's running through. And I really want to give some credit to Byron Brown, because defensive coaches are always hustling, harping on the hustle, hustle, hustle. He came all the way from the backside and chased him down, showing good speed and, more importantly, just a determination to bring him down. So great job by Brown there.
And Wooster, I mentioned earlier, Ohio Cardinal Conference members, looking like they're really going to give the teams in that league fits this season. Talk about that after this play. Doherty throws, and a flag going to be called on John Puss. Little push from behind on the intended receiver there, Brenner Lewis, senior wide receiver. The Ohio Cardinal Conference, Wooster trying to get over that hump and beat the top-tier teams, which they haven't been able to do in recent years. And that conference is pretty deep as ever this year, but Orville, I guess, is the team to beat down there in that conference.
Usually are. Orville's usually have a very good football team. But here's with the penalty now. Looks like it's going to be 1st down.
Another.
Generals are getting closer. As you see, holding against the Grizzlies.
Another thing about Anderson, Roger, is he's all healed up now from injuries he suffered late last season. He missed the last game of the season, and had he not, he would have reached the 1,000-yard rushing mark, because I think he, through 9 games, had like 960. So you have to imagine he would have hit that 1,000-yard mark. He's a big play athlete, and he gets the ball on this one. Big hole up the middle. And you don't like it when your linebackers are making tackles
not that far downfield.
The defensive backfield.
Not that far downfield, but yeah, you can get a feel for his running style. Anderson's a slasher. He's got a nice stride there, good vision. He's, like we mentioned, he's big. He's 6 foot, 200 pounds, and hard guy to bring down. So 1st and 10, the Generals.
Well, and then when
that ball.
8 first downs now for the Generals, and when teams defensively key on Anderson, that just makes Devin Doherty's job that much easier to do what he can do.
Yeah.
Anderson with 58 yards rushing. He gets it again, and on a play fake, number 47 for Wadsworth, Nick Miller, was there to tackle
Yeah, that was
Anderson,
a
but
good-
Doherty kept it and didn't get anywhere anyway.
Yeah, nice job by Nick Miller penetrating and disrupting that play, but then you mentioned Doherty kept that ball and really didn't get anything there. So
8 minutes, 40 seconds left first half.
see if they can come up with another big defensive play here.
And
Looks like the Generals
Anthony
jumped.
Pappas pointing at wide receiver LeBrent Ward, saying he jumped on me, and that's the call.
Yeah, corners Pappas and Chester Foth moved up into bump coverage or press coverage. Two safeties. Corners walked up.
First penalty of the game on Wooster. They were penalized just 4 times for 20 yards last week in the win over Garfield.
So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 17.
For Doherty to throw it here. Nope, hands it to Anderson. Another huge hole created by that Wooster line, and he's just about 1.5 yards short of a first down. Look at the hole in the middle here.
Boy, they are doing a great job up front.
And he's really squeaking through those, what little room there is.
And it's, boy, you give him a head of steam and you let him, you know, give him some holes to run through, and he'll do it. He's doing a nice job, but boy, credit their offensive line. Doing a great job.
71 yards rushing now for Anderson.
Got a timeout.
Give us a chance, Roger, to maybe talk a little bit about excellent with distinction.
Oh, isn't that nice? Tonight you see some banners
Signs.
around Artwright Stadium celebrating really 2 things. The Wadsworth City Schools excellent with distinction rating as the only school in Medina County. Really, it's impressive. Every school in the county is excellent rated, but we have the excellent of distinction.
If our cameras can look over the visitors' side, on the right side of the visitors' bleachers, there's some nice banners.
Looks like one on the left as well. But then the other award was the Medina County Gazette's Best of the Best Schools. So 2 nice accolades coming to the Wadsworth City Schools here in the last few weeks. And great job to all our hard-working teachers and administrators and
Caring
support
parents.
staff and parents, and certainly the kids who do so much as well. But great job. Kudos to the school district.
All right, 7:38 to go, second quarter, 3rd and 4 for the Generals. This goes to a fullback to the 10-yard line, and it'll be 4th down. That was Keegan Bess in there, the tight end linebacker.
Yeah, let's see what the
And
Generals
we
are going to do.
With his 6'2", 225 size, why not put him in there on 3rd and short?
Yeah. Now it's 4th and short. It's going to be 4th down and about 1.5 yards. And it looks like the Generals are going to go for it. Again, defensive linemen got to watch the football now so they don't draw you off sides. And they put 3 deep. They go stack eye, 3 running backs in the backfield.
And it's a toss to Anderson's got all those blockers. Grizzlies were there, but boy, he had some
I think
good
he's
blocks.
got it. Yeah, I think he got it and did get some nice blocks. Got a little bit of push from the linemen, and then the 2 running backs in front of him.
Now, if the Grizzlies do,
Brought down by C.J. Edwards for the Grizzlies.
you know, when they get the ball again, Roger, if they do what they did their first possession, I don't think I ever remember a game where the whole first half, each team only had 2 possessions.
You're right, it is, and this very much reminds me of the lower level games where it's just the games go by so quickly and you only get a very small number of possessions.
False start, could it be on the Generals? We'll see.
That would be helpful. Anything to slow them down and disrupt their rhythm right now would be great.
And they are marching towards the north side of the stadium.
That's the other thing they've done so well. They've protected that football and played with very few mistakes. It's a credit to Coach Mike McCreary and his Worcester coaching staff.
Now, 1st and goal. The ball on the 13-yard line.
All right, here we go. 2nd and 13.
Big penalty there for Wadsworth, and Wadsworth doesn't like what they see. They're going to call timeout as Bret Boffman threw up the T signal, and another timeout for the Grizzlies. This will give us a chance, Roger, to look at last week's scores as far as Wadsworth opponents are concerned. We all know about Wadsworth beating Ashland 45-16 and Wooster over Garfield big. Next week's opponent, the Medina Bees, had a rough time with Mayfield at Cleveland Browns Stadium, losing 37-21. Then your Suburban League teams, Cloverleaf put up the goose egg up against Buckeye, 34-0. Revere losing to Chagrin Falls. Green, big one over Lake, a tough team to beat. I think they snapped a several-year losing streak against Lake. Copley and Jackson in an offensive shootout. How about Talmadge and Ravenna?
That's an offensive shootout, 47-44.
Highland big over Holy Name. Nordonia big loser to Maple Heights. How about Highland? Jerry Scholl, that quarterback. He's one of the preseason MVPs on the offensive side of the ball in the Suburban League. Rushed for 4 touchdowns, threw for 1. He had 145 yards and passed for 147, did Scholl.
Yeah.
Little pump fake over the middle. It's caught. Touchdown. It will be Darian Owens, their top receiver, the 6-foot, 170-pound junior. Darian Owens connects from Devin Doherty for the 3rd time this season.
Yeah, they did a good job executing that play. And nice job by Doherty. Again, you can see his experience. He looked off his receiver. He looked off to his right, and then he turned his eyes very quickly back into that slant. Into the middle and threw a nice pass, and just great execution. They have really done a nice job tonight executing their offense, being very methodical.
Yeah, Owens catches for touchdowns last week, as the kick by Doherty is good, 14-6. Worcester leads with 6:15 to go. Darian Owens touchdown catches 41 yards and 55 yards last week in the win over Garfield. That one was just a short slant on the pump fake.
Yep, and again, credit Doherty. He did a nice job looking the receiver off and then coming back quickly to him and finding him in that opening. As you look at trainer Ron Burdett, they're helping a Grizzly football player. Looks like maybe Nick Miller.
9-play drive, scoring drive for the Generals. But back finishing about the Highland quarterback, Roger, Jerry Scholl, 4 rushing touchdowns, 1 passing touchdown, 145 yards rushing, 147 yards passing. Also had 7 tackles from his safety position, and he's a standout pitcher on the Hornets baseball team.
Yeah, that's an impressive night of
we'll have a lot to say
there
about him near the end of the season, week 9, when we play at Highland.
They're offside.
That's going to be a flag too.
That's the thing that the Generals do. They huddle up with that muddle huddle, and then they all run at the football. I'm not exactly sure why they're just trying to keep you on your toes there and think that they're going to onside kick, or not sure if they're going to kick it at that point.
Well,
but
someone stepped over the 40-yard line, which
he got too enthusiastic there and ran over the line and got a penalty. So now move the kickoff back 5, and now Doherty's going to have a little harder job kicking one down to the goal line, and Jack Snowball gets to move up to about the 9-yard line.
Occasionally you'll see a guy offsides on the kick.
Yeah,
run ahead of the kicker, but not before the ball is kicked.
Not on the fake, yeah. So he just got a little overexcited there. And he stayed far back that time. He didn't even run at the line of scrimmage there. Coach probably told him.
6 minutes, 15 seconds to go in this first half. Doherty, a nice kick. This one fielded by Nate Winkler, the senior. And he gets it across the 27, so there's your extra 5 yards. And Grizzlies back on 0.
John, one of the other fun things tonight, we've got Wadsworth Grizzly Youth Football night with a lot of the coaches and players being announced before the game. The Grizzly football directors this year, Rick Mooney, Ty Houchin, Alan Boffman. Cheer directors Dawn Knotts and Kim Curvin and Marcia Bebout. The flag football programs led by director Mike Swinehart. And officers for Youth Football Booster Club, Rich Eggleston and Michelle Miller and Scott Depker and Julia Vaccaro. All those good people there involved, and also put in there like to thank their community leaders, Jason Simmons and Kathy Morello and Dave Gordon and Katina Stentz and Sharon Kurowski, Stacy Hornfeck, Stephanie Might, and the webmaster Tom Oswald. A lot of good people put a lot of time in as volunteers helping the young Grizzly football players. So hats off to all of them, and thank you for all they do.
There's your excellent with distinction. Another reason, all those people.
Well, that's one thing that makes our community special, are all the people that volunteer and help out. And certainly this is a community that loves and supports their young people, and a lot of good people help out. So thank you to all our volunteers.
As you say, let's see what the Grizzlies can do from their own 27-yard line. There goes Cody Fox, sets up on the left side. Play action fake, whistle blows as Kuss tucked it in and through.
Yeah, maybe a procedure penalty. Yeah, Grizzlies are going to be backing up here 5, I'm afraid.
And there goes that penalty he got on the kickoff.
Penalty against the Grizzlies. Moves the ball back to the Wadsworth 22-yard line.
Want to stay out of these situations. They like 1st and 10, and their offense is kind of predicated on getting a good, decent gain on 1st down. And so coach doesn't like those mistakes, but they happen. 1st and 15 now, and see what the Grizzlies can do. They just got to keep pace. They just got to keep pace, John. Wooster's moving the ball. We got to move the ball.
4 penalties for 30 yards on the Grizzlies. They had 5 for 50 last week. There goes Snowball. Little hesitation move there, and he almost brought it to midfield. Stopped out of bounds at the 45. Here it is.
Yeah, boy, we've seen the Generals get out of a couple jams. There's a nice call by Coach Dennison. A little draw play, starts out to the right side. With his great vision, Jack Snowball sees the hole open back up to the left, makes a quick cut, throws that stiff arm that we love so well, and turns it into a nice big gain.
62 yards on 7 carries for Jack Snowball here in the first half. 5:58 to play. Bret Boffman going to get the give, and there's big Keegan Bess on the stop.
Keegan Bess is a big presence in the middle of that defense. 6'2", 225 pounds.
Physical player.
Physical linebacker and a good linebacker, and that he diagnoses plays quickly, and that's not easy to do. That's half the battle at linebacker, figuring out where that ball's going. And then the other part of that, once you see, boy, you attack it downhill, you attack chest to chest, and tackle that running back rudely. And he did that right there. Nice job.
2nd and 9 for Wadsworth. Just going to keep it. Got behind some blockers. And a nice chase from behind by Kevin Comera, junior linebacker.
And Comera is somebody that's highlighted on the Grizzly scouting report. Outside linebacker, 6 foot, 200 pounds. He is somebody that they have got to watch out for, and did a nice job right there tackling John Kuss, bringing up a 3rd down and about 6.
From the 49 and to midfield, just across midfield. Snowball on the toss, but they're going to be short by plenty, so Mitch Gordon will come out to punt.
Yeah, a little option play that never really developed for the Grizzlies. Generals did a good job sniffing that one out and having a lot of white jerseys around the football. So it's going to bring up a 4th and 4, and the Grizzlies are going to line up in punt formation, trying to get a look at the punter, see if it's Gordon. Yep, it is Gordon. So going to be 5 yards procedure penalty against the
illegal
Grizzlies.
Penalty against the Grizzlies.
Going to back Mitch up 5 yards here. But, see if he could get off a good boot here now with the Generals with just under 3 minutes in the
Low
half.
snap, fumbled by Gordon. He's in trouble. Boy, the Wooster Generals came right after that. It was a low snap. Gordon bobbled it. And number 22, Von Blair, just knifed in there. And Wooster with great field position. And
you don't want to give them a short field like this. Boy, that's about one of the worst things that could happen right there. But in a close, tight game, turnovers and plays like this, special teams, a lot of time come up playing real big. So the Grizzly defense is going to be a test now. You got to get on the field. You got to stop them. You got to do something you haven't done tonight and get in there and stop them.
Going for the fade in the corner. Pappas tried to break it up, but a great catch is made over the shoulder by Darian Owens, their big play receiver.
Boy, he just runs the streak. He just got a little bit of separation.
Yeah, Pappas jumped just a tad too early. Here it is.
Yeah, and it was just a perfect pass by Doherty. Just lays it up there, and Pappas had good coverage, but boy, that's
got 2 feet down.
John, sometimes we say you just got to tip your hat to the other guy that they just executed that play perfectly.
Goes to Anderson, and the referee falls down.
He was in for a touchdown. I don't know. The referee went down.
He gets up, and I don't know. It looks like it looks like the ball did break the plane. Here it is. We'll get a closer look at it.
We'll see if his knee was down, but the ball definitely broke the plane.
Devonta Anderson, the ball carrier.
Devonta Anderson, we'll see.
He was down.
And then the referee went
Look,
down.
his knee's down. The ball is not across the plane.
There. So, but, the referee was down, had fell down on the sideline, so wasn't probably exactly sure, but did get up and make the call. He's about the only referee that could make the call. So, Generals are going to line up and kick an extra point here.
Doherty 3 for 3 on the extras, 21-6. The Generals lead with 3:24 to play in the first half. Good replay there by our crew showing that the whole leg was down really, and he fumbled the ball out there just short of the goal line, but the refs give it to him.
Yeah, so Grizzlies got their work cut out for them, and Coach Dennison talks about it all the time. Bad things happen every football game, and now the Grizzlies find themselves down by 2 touchdowns. They've been knocked around a little bit here defensively, and they got to respond. You got 3 minutes, 24 seconds left, plenty of time. Now they had used timeouts here, but still plenty of time to get down that field and get some points. Even if it's a field goal, you got to get on the board here again before halftime. To help your cause out.
Well, after that big pass that set up that touchdown, Doherty with 86 yards passing on the night.
And again, we knew it. I mean, this is a good football team they're playing tonight. This team is experienced. They're talented and
explosive.
They're
and looking to put a lot of points on the board.
Yeah,
they've done that.
They've done it. And they're doing it tonight. So just got to keep your poise. Keep chopping wood here. Keep fighting. Keep swinging. Make something happen.
Snowball picks it up at the 16. He's got a big hole up the middle. Stiff arm. down to midfield, and a flag way back behind, about 15 yards behind where Jack Snowball was tackled. At the end of the play, a flag went flying.
Way behind.
And we'll see right here what it is.
Boy, it was a great return as you look at the referees. It's a sideline warning. Okay.
Flag is a warning.
Against the Grizzlies. Okay.
You get one of those.
Yeah, we'll take that.
Well, let's see.
As opposed to a penalty, or as where there's a clip or a block in the back.
Sidelines may be out of your view here, but.
Yeah, nice job here. Nice return by Jack Snowball. Nice blocking up front to give him a seam, and that's oftentimes that's all he needs. And there's the stiff arm and gives the Grizzlies great field position now. 3 minutes, 16 seconds, plenty of time. They have to maybe quicken the pace a little bit, but they can do it.
From the Wooster 49, Snowball comes out of the backfield, takes the swing pass.
That's a lateral. That's a lateral.
May have been.
That's a lateral.
Yeah, that's a free ball. Wooster saying they've got it. Not sure. We'll see. That was definitely thrown behind the line of scrimmage, so that's like a fumble.
That's a fumble. Any pass that's thrown
and
backwards
Wadsworth
like
keeps
that.
it. Here
Good
it
hustle,
is.
too. And fortunate they get this one back. But anytime you could see the angle there goes backwards, so that is considered a lateral, and it's a live ball. That's why the referees didn't blow the whistles, although you see some generals stopping here, and boy, that's, I'm sure the Wooster coaches will address that. You
don't stop till
you
you
always,
hear that whistle.
Always play that like it's a lateral.
2.5 minutes now left first half, 2nd and 15. Kuss surveys the defense, fakes it left, fakes it right, goes left, and all kinds of white and blue jerseys there to stop him at the 45.
Boy, nice perimeter defense here by the Generals. Look at, they got some white shirts out there on the perimeter, running to the football. Look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white jerseys out there. So good job, good defense there by the Generals. So it's bringing up a 3rd and 15 now.
John gonna have to throw it. He does to Snowball, and he got it for the first down.
Wow. Oh, that could have been a touchdown as well. Looked like Greg Gantz, the defender on that play, lost his balance and fell down as he attempted to make a play on the ball. And boy, old number 5 had a wide open run to the goal line, but great catch as it was. Huge first down. Plenty of time on the clock. 1 minute, 36 seconds left. Grizzlies gonna quicken the pace a little bit, but.
Second reception of the season for Jack Snowball. Fake to him, Kuss keeps it, and he's spun around and dropped by Von Blair, who's made a few good plays tonight. 1:15 to play, and Grizzlies call timeout.
Coach Dennison alertly stops the clock. 1:16, but nice job. Now again, remember, if you have to, you got Luis Escudero, a field goal kicker, so if you can get the ball a little close, you should be in his range to give him an opportunity and to get on the board again here before halftime. If I'm not mistaken, the Grizzlies get the second half kickoff and can start again there, but you want to get on the board one more time.
Well, and if anything, you don't make a mistake and turn the ball over here, or, you know, there's still plenty of time with this Wooster offense. They could get down the field in a hurry.
Yeah, and they've got a talented quarterback and talented receivers, as we have seen. So, yes, they can. But main focus here, just get that ball going here. Get that ball moving. And now you'll see them quicken the pace a little bit. Now having to use a timeout there.
Kuss faked it to Snowball, swings it out to Nick Seamy.
Okay, it's going to be a first down. Chains are going to move. Nice job by Nick. We saw him with a big catch last week on a screen pass. Here he is on a little bootleg. They fake the run one way and they come back with a pass the other way. And boy, he's a load to bring down too. You see Nick, but you see the Grizzlies run up on the football. The clock starts.
Yep, 1 minute
right after they set the chains.
1 minute left. First half. Kuss throws over the middle. Oh, nice play. Caught. Touchdown. Nick Seamy.
Great job. Great pass. Great catch. Great execution. Good protection all the way around. That's just what the Grizzlies needed. Grab back some momentum. Get back on the board now. Every coach in America has a little chart that they look at that says, do I go for two?
This much, do I go
do I go
two
for
or
one?
Not?
So I'm sure the Grizzly coaches are checking that. It must say go for two because it looks like Coach Dennison's going to send
what
John
a terrific play. First touchdown pass of the season for the Wadsworth Grizzlies, and it's a beaut.
Yeah, we talked about the Wooster tight end best, but boy, we got a good one too with Nick Seamy doing a great job. He's a big target. He's got soft hands. He can catch the ball, and he can run.
6'3", 226-pound junior Nick Seamy with the touchdown catch. They're going to go with the full house backfield with Jackson out tonight. It'll be big Nick Miller back there with Boffman and Snowball. And Kuss keeps it, gets the 2 to get within 7. As the Grizzlies now trail 21-14.
Boy, look at that. That hole parted like the Red Sea right there. Look at that. Look at John Hamblin blocking his guy all the way into the end zone. Oh, that does my heart good. Well done, offensive line. Well done, John Kuss. Good fakes. And the Grizzlies are in business. Down by only a touchdown now.
John Kuss now on the night, Roger. 5 out of 5 for 104 yards through the air.
Great job there. You look, Jack Snowball coming over there. But, boy, that's a nice job by the Grizzly offense. Not hitting the panic button. Sticking to what they do best and making plays.
Right back in it with 53 seconds to play in the first half. I would imagine we may see a squibber here.
Yeah, let's see. They got, they
got your speedsters deep.
You got your speedsters deep.
James
it's
Preston, Anderson, and Von Blair.
Is that Darian Owens back there in the corner too? So they got some speed.
Or yeah, that's who I meant to say, Owens.
Yeah, so they got some speed back there.
Preston and Owens.
Let's see, maybe Luis might do a squib kick.
Nope, he boots it away to James Preston. No, this will be Von Blair. And the Grizzlies, nice job by the special teamers. As Nick Curvin, the senior, down there quickly to make the stop. Nick had a good first game last week.
Oh, he sure did. He's a undersized defensive lineman that plays with a lot of heart and makes plays, and he just made a nice play right there with special teams. And you know, the other option, if you don't squib kick, you kick a nice high one like that, and again, you give your defense a chance to cover and get down there. And great job by the Grizzlies special teams. Now 48 seconds, and
yeah, Wooster has 48 seconds to go 80 yards.
They can move. Darian Owens is going to split out to the left. He's the guy they like to try to get one-on-one. He's with Chester Foth out there.
They're going to run it, and a big stop there. That'll keep the clock going. Worcester may be happy to just let it roll to zeros and not make a mistake on this end of the field. Not risk making a mistake. There you look at the clock. 30 seconds to go.
And the loss on the play brings up second down and 13.
I don't believe they'll have to run another play.
No.
They may come up to the ball here, 15 seconds to play.
And they might hoist one up. They might hoist one up. Darian Owens is split out here to the right.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right.
Grizzlies got the prevent defense.
Not sure. Going to march Worcester back, I would believe, on that one.
Yeah, Grizzlies are going to go 4 o'clock across deep.
Indicated against
This is where my favorite saying that you love to quote, deeper than the deepest.
Yep.
You let nobody, you keep everything in front of you right here. And linebackers, under coverage, you jam any receiver that's trying to run downfield right now.
And that'll set the clocks to zeros as the Grizzlies make a nice comeback there late in the second quarter to make it 21 for Worcester. We're back for the second half with Worcester leading it 21-14. Here's some quick statistics from that first half. Wadsworth 8 first downs, 4 penalties for 25 yards. They had 159 total yards of offense, 55 rushing and 104 through the air. There's the surprise. You'd think with Wadsworth those numbers would be reversed. Snowball, the leading ball carrier, 8 carries, 64 yards. John Kuss, 5 out of 5 for 104 yards, did throw 1 interception. For Wooster, 12 first downs, 5 penalties for 15 yards, 192 total yards of offense, 107 rushing. Anderson has 18 carries for 107 yards, and Doherty's 3 out of 6 for 85 yards and 1 touchdown.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm sorry, I said 1 interception for Kuss. That was 1 touchdown.
Yeah, touchdown there. But you mentioned the stats for the Grizzlies. Yeah, they are a little different than a week ago when they were running the football so well. But you got to give credit to this Worcester General defense. They got that nice 5-3 defense, 5 down linemen, 3 linebackers, and they've done a nice job of being physical up front and defending the perimeter and taking away some of the things that the Grizzlies like to do. As you look at a nice crowd there outside the concessions. Speaking of halftime and crowds and concessions, our band did such a wonderful job again. Another nice performance there.
Yeah, letting them wear the shorts and short sleeve shirts.
Mrs. is hired. Yeah, I saw Mrs. hired today, and she said, yeah, they are going to do the, and you have to, because it's so hot tonight to wear any of these uniforms. But
look at that throng.
Oh, just a Grizzly Nation. Again, we've said it many times. Just no better place to be on a Friday night than Arkwright Stadium, watching high school football with a couple thousand of our closest Grizzly friends right here.
Grizzlies will get the kickoff. We have a couple minutes to take a look at the other games going on tonight as far as Wadsworth opponents are concerned. A couple of good ones in there. Week 2, no, that wouldn't be it. That's maybe one above that. One would be the one we're looking for, is the week 2 games. There we go. Last week's opponent, Ashland at Dover. Of course, tonight's game, I heard Medina's up like 40-some to nothing on Cloverleaf.
They came out fired up after losing last week.
Yep, Revere is at North Royalton, where they're christening a new stadium.
North Royalton's got a good football team this year.
Green at Jackson. Jackson beat Copley last week. And so that should be a good one. Green and Jackson, Firestone, Copley, Talmadge, Ellet's a much
interested in
improved.
That one, yeah. Ellet's got some of those good moving
those
players
kids
there
from Bookville.
Yep. From Bookville, so.
O Falls at Highland, and Nordonia will have another tough one with Twinsburg.
Yeah, they'll have their hands full there tonight. But see what the Grizzlies do here coming out offensively, John. You know, one thing that the Grizzly coaches have done so well with Coach Dennison is make those halftime adjustments, and you know, nice to see him get the score right before halftime. Not hitting the panic button, and they're just going to halftime. They talk about what's working, what's there, what could work. I'm sure they've got a few play-action passes that they're going to talk about. They're going to have an idea of what runs are going to work against this defensive front of Worcester, and they'll make some adjustments. Defensively, no secret there. You got to stop the run, but the trick to this Worcester offense is how do you stop the run without opening up some passing lanes, and we've seen they've got some dangerous receivers, none more dangerous than number 6 Darian Owens that can get open and make the catches. So it'll be a good chess match here in the second half, and we mentioned the heat.
Yep.
That's going to come into to play here, and we mentioned Worcester has a number of kids that are going both ways, but you know, the Grizzlies do as well. So we'll see how it all plays out. It's going to be exciting.
In this, the 39th meeting between Wadsworth and Worcester. I mentioned early in the game that Worcester's win over Wadsworth 28-0 last season was the first win for Worcester in the series since 1973. And team's pretty even in the all-time series. Wadsworth 18 wins, Worcester 17, and 3 ties in there.
Yeah, good, and this is a good rivalry too. Really, the school's not separated by that great a distance. It's a pretty drive through the country here, and it's nice to see a lot of Worcester fans made that drive tonight to be here to support their team. But this has been fun. This has been a fun rivalry with them, and it's nice to renew it. All right, Grizzlies going to get the ball first.
I may just hit the cold showers right here at Arkwright Stadium after this one. Boy, I don't even want to wait till I get home. Keegan Best trying to fire up the Wooster crowd, and he does, raising the arms in the air. And Doherty boots a short one end over end. It's caught at the 17-yard line, brought out to the 30.
Winkler again.
Nate Winkler.
Yep. Wooster see some of the chess match right there. They don't want to kick the Jack Snowball, and I don't blame them. So nice high kick into the corner there. Winkler does a good job catching it and getting a decent return, and now the Grizzlies in business on the 30-yard line.
Seems like throughout the week, Wooster shored up that rush defense that gave up 265 yards on the ground against Garfield last week, holding Wadsworth to, what was it, 55 yards rushing first half, when the Grizzlies exploded last week for 311 yards on the ground against Ashland.
Yeah, and a lot of that in the first half. So
Grizzlies called a timeout.
Not sure what happened. Sometimes the play gets messed up, or a formation gets off, and you can't run that play out of that formation. And so I'm not sure what happened there, but coach isn't happy. He's talking about being focused, and it's not the way you want to start the half, having to use a timeout, especially if in the course of a game it's going to be tight and you might need it at the end.
Hospitality room features just west of this stadium, so stop by tonight on your way home.
But at any rate, they're going to be back up on the football. They've got things corrected, and they're ready to go.
Now the whistles blow, and they're ready. Kuss in the shotgun. There goes Mitch Gordon in front of him. And Kuss nailed at the ankles on a nice play by number 4, Kevin Kamara.
We talked about in the first half, linebackers, you diagnose the play, you attack downhill, and look at Kamara. He did just that. He ran through the block, he attacked downhill, and did a nice job bringing down John Kuss for a yard loss.
29-yard line.
So 2nd and 11. Kuss fakes it again, rolls out to his right, looks, open, Mitch Gordon got it at about the 43 and down to the 41 of Wooster. Nice pass play there, so the pass working really well tonight for the Grizzly offense.
Yeah, a little bootleg. Again, you fake the run one way, you pull the backside guard. That's Nick Tavanello out front there to protect the quarterback. And John Kuss did a very nice job of throwing on the run, hitting Gordon in stride. Nice big first down. And, you know, John, that might be the key in the second half. If they're able to do that, that's going to loosen things up and make the Generals play more pass and open up the run.
Boffman and Snowball behind Kuss. Gordon in motion again. Snowball gonna get it. And boy, he just lowers the boom on about 3 Worcester defensive players. And we talked about it last week. Boy, as the game gets older and older, he gets stronger and stronger.
He does, and you just made that hard running style. He just jacks those tacklers up. Look at that. I mean, he's just lowering that shoulder, driving those legs, brought the Grizzly crowd to their feet. But he has just got a great running style that's fun to watch.
There he goes again, first down, cuts it inside a little bit more, and boy, they're really having trouble bringing Jack down here in these last couple of plays, and could be a little heat exhaustion.
You just love the determination, and this wears defenses down. Look at Nick Tavanello getting downfield, blocking.
He even took care of big Keegan Best right here. He really had to get some help to wrap him up.
Yeah, I can't tell who that is, but somebody's blocking to the whistle. Great job. You guys stay on those blocks till you hear that whistle blow.
I mean, Best, 6'2", 225, big 36 for Wooster. Snowball, 6'2", 11. He gets it again. Down to the 6-yard line. He's a little upset there. He thought he might have been able to break that one through.
Yeah, he just got tripped up, but he saw the opening. that could have led to a touchdown. But yeah, he did a nice job getting into that line of scrimmage. He's got it going on right now. And you
99 yards rushing now for Jack.
The physicality, I'll tell you, that's one thing that wears you down on a hot night like this, when all of a sudden you're getting pounded on. That tends to wear you down and take the wind out of your sails. So see what the Grizzlies can keep that up here.
Yeah, they can get a first down at the 1. It's 2nd and 5 at the 6. Snowball again up the middle. And it looked like big John Hamlin got into it there with Mason Tomlin, a junior linebacker there at the end of the play. I think they might have just got wrapped up in each other a little bit.
That happens. John was blocking to the whistle, doing a good job, and the defensive player took offense to that a little bit. Tossed him down at the end of the play, but no flag. So Grizzlies are going to have it big down now, 3rd and 2.
Snowball now over 100 yards for the 2nd game in this game 2 of the season. Boffman and Jack Snowball back there in the backfield. Wooster packing it in the middle on D. Snowball gets it, lowers the head, goes in, touchdown Grizzly Bears. Jack Snowball.
This is a battering ram coming up in an isolation play. Bret Boffman trying to lead through the hole. But boy, I don't know if Jack even needed a lead blocker on that. He just lowered the boom on the Wooster would-be tacklers and drove them right into the end zone. So great determination.
20 to 21 now. Worcester leads. Big extra point here. Matt Alec to hold.
And they got to get the snap and the hold down now.
And they do to tie it up with 8:38 left in the 3rd quarter. It is 21 all.
Great drive. Great start to the 2nd half. Could not have ordered a better one right there. Tie the game up. You see Coach Dennis and Coach Yagi giving kudos to that offense, but that's just what they wanted to do. Right down the field with that opening drive and tie this thing up.
For every item or donation received at the entrance gates, you will be given a ticket, which is your entry for a chance to win a game football autographed by the Wadsworth High School football
All right,
players.
now it's going to be
With this said,
the Generals offense. Besides the other things we've mentioned, John, turnovers now. Turnovers in games like these tend to be very big, and the Generals have largely played mistake-free football tonight. So see if the Grizzly defense can't come up with something big here.
Right in the center. Winning ticket number is 723717.
Over to Ken Duke Stadium next week, the
Nice
Medina
place to
Bees.
play. Always a fun place to play.
That'll be a tough one. But a whole lot of football left here, and this one, that bounces up to James Preston at the 6-yard line. Ball comes loose. He was popped hard on the arm. And at about the 30-yard line, Grizzlies say they've got it, and they do.
All right.
You just talked about it.
That's what the doctor ordered right there. Now,
Here it is.
sudden change. Grizzly offense. Got to get a quick drink. Got to get back on it. Boy, I wish we could see who did that. That was a great.
We go back here.
Nick Miller's there once the
No,
ball
it's
pops
the guy-
out. Looks like a 40 number.
Correction, C.J. Edwards recovered that fumble for.
Boy, this is just a great job. Great tackle, putting the helmet right on the ball and the shoulder pad right on the football at high speed, and just pops that thing out of there. And ooh, that's a great job. Making a big play. Here we go. Offense back in business.
Heavy dose of Jack Snowball coming, folks. Inside the 20, triple team. That's, boy, they're hitting him awful late there. And I know the momentum was taking him. They went clear to the fence.
Yeah,
Here it is.
Yeah, they sure did, but tell you, the snowstorm's starting up here. He's winding up, isn't he? He's finding his rhythm. Got the stiff arm out. Clawing, fighting over there at the sideline. Helmets are flying. But that's
Body
Jack Snowball's
smashing
style of
into the
football,
fence.
isn't it? Yep.
That is.
That's his style of football. That's okay. He'll get up and come right at you again.
Woody Hayes would love this
Oh,
kid.
We love him.
Snowball again down to the 11. Gain of 6.
Yeah, he is a power back.
Jack Snowball, the ball carrier.
As we've said many times, he's that workhorse type. He tends to get stronger as the game
Mason
goes
Tomlin
on.
in on the stop for Wooster. Gain of 6 on the play, brings up 2nd down and 4.
122 yards rushing on the night now for Jack Snowball. 2nd and 4 from the 11. 7 minutes, 50 seconds to play, 3rd quarter. Got it again, and another touchdown. Jack Snowball does it again. And, you know, you could just see it, Roger. He got that motor going full blast right now, and it's 27-21.
One of the things we like so well about Jack is he is a competitive kid. He will dial it up. If they need that level, he'll get to that level because he's just that type of competitor.
Well, you know how much it killed him not to play most of last season, so he's making up for it. Escudero for the extra point. Wooster comes flying in, but nothing doing. 28-21 with 7:46 to play in the third.
And while we have a second to John Boyd, can't say enough. They don't get a lot of credit for Brandon Paladar, Nick Tavanello, and John Roberts, and John Hamlin, and Derek Mackey, and the tight ends there, Nick Seamy and Perry, just doing such a good job up front. And you know, when you see Jack or John Kuss or Bret Boffman or one of those running backs flying through the line of scrimmage, you can always give credit to those big guys up front that just spend so much time working and fighting, and you know, a lot of what they do in practice is not fun and it's not pretty, but boy, give them credit because they did a great job right there. And credit their coach too, offensive line coach Sean Flaherty just does an outstanding job with those guys. They know what they're doing. They come off the ball hard. They play from snap to whistle with great intensity and passion. So really great job to those linemen.
So the defense holding that Wadsworth running game in check the first half, and I think they just gave up more yards on the ground there than they did the entire first half. They're awful close to it.
Yeah. Grizzlies got some momentum now going on with the home crowd.
So the 2-yard line, Preston has it. Turns it upfield, here he comes. And he juked out Escudero, down the sideline he goes. Has Pappas to beat, and he will for a kickoff return for James Preston. 99-yard kickoff return to answer the Grizzlies score, and it's 28-27.
Well, there's a momentum shifter right there. Wooster coming right back with the big play on the kickoff return, and wow, you just credit Preston. That's a great job. He started out to his right, made a quick cut back to his left, and boy, just turned on the jets, saw the open field, picks up one last block right there, but well done, and hats off to Preston there. That's a great return, and the guys that blocked for him. Looks like the Generals have a little mix-up here now. I don't know if they have enough guys on the field. They're rushing a couple linemen on there.
High snap, it's brought down, and Doherty kicks it up and through to tie it up at 28, but well, we knew they had some playmakers, and you saw one right there in James Preston with that long kickoff return to tie the ball game.
So special teams came up with a big play, and then special teams gave up a big play. I believe the young man that caused the fumble on that previous kickoff was, I think it was Nick Winkler, 45. I saw Nick down there on coverage the second time, coming from that direction. But wow, special teams. Another big factor. So again, a short break for the Grizzly offense, and they're right back out there. They're getting a lot of work. I guess the silver lining is that the Grizzly defense has gotten a nice rest.
If you're just joining us and you missed part of this ball game, you can always go online and watch all WCTV programming at my.pegcentral.com. There it is. And you can watch all Grizzly football and all WCTV programming at that site. daily middle school announcements.
You don't want to miss those.
No.
Can't miss what's going on at Wadsworth Middle School on any given day. All sorts of good things going on.
There's that silly fake kickoff. Now we'll back up and do it for real. This is Winkler. Winkler turns on the Jets before he's brought down by number 42, Charles.
Winkler on the return for Wadsworth.
Kearney, looks like.
Yeah, I'll let you attempt that one, but yeah, great job there by Nate.
Cairns.
He thought, if they're gonna kick to me, I'm gonna do something with it. So he looked like he got shot out of a cannon once he had that ball. Good job. Get a good look at the Grizzly crowd having a nice time here at Arkwright Stadium, enjoying a good game.
Yes. Sitting in Arkwright Memorial Sauna tonight. There is not a dry forehead in this place.
I asked Coach Grimugli to turn up the air conditioning in here. He said it's just like the wrestling room, and he didn't. He's comfortable as it is. He's trying to shut the windows to make us tougher during this broadcast.
The difference is it doesn't smell like feet in this press box. That's the difference between the wrestling room and the press box.
It may smell like pizza, but it doesn't smell like feet. Now, you know that I've heard that the high school wrestlers often described as the Navy SEALs of high school athletes. Boy, they are just good, hardcore workout warriors.
Snowball. Look at him go to the 50. Yeah. And he's got more gas in the tank than most of these players left on the field combined.
Boy. Let's see who he ran over there. I believe it may have been Mason Tomlin. Just kind of got up and took some grass out of his face mask.
Officials time out for a measurement.
Asked what was the license plate of that car that just ran me over.
Kuss saying they got it just by the nose of the ball, and they do.
Snowball picks up enough yards for Grizzly first and 10. Ball is just across the
Grizzlies in business now, and again, we talked about those halftime adjustments. Those Grizzly coaches went in there and figured out what was going on and with that defense and found the weaknesses.
Snowball kind of left his feet on that one and got a couple.
Jack Snowball, the ball carrier.
Not sure if he had to jump over somebody there or.
Short game on the play, brings up second down and a long 8.
Let's bring up 2nd and 8.
Ball is on the Wooster.
And this might be a time for a play action pass now. They've been heavy run.
Second down is a good passing down. Ball on the 48. 6:25 to go. Exchange is fumbled, but Wadsworth holds on to it at the line of scrimmage, luckily.
Referees give the official signal as the Grizzlies watch. They do indeed hang on to that football. Looked like a little missed handoff. Bad exchange. Looks like the Grizzlies are trying to run a little fullback power play. Or
you see who pounced on that?
Big scrum of jerseys here. Hard to see. Could have been John Kuss or maybe Bret Hoffman turned back and got on that thing. But it's going to bring up a 3rd and 9.
Just going to roll out.
Throwback screens covered.
And he just has to hold on to it. Big play there on a loss of about 3. Good coverage downfield, and the Grizzlies will have to punt it away.
They were trying to throw the tight end throwback screen, but boy, give credit to number 30, Thomas Dahl, because Thomas saw that play on film last week, and he was well prepared. He ran right with Nick Seamy when he saw him release like that, and took that away. And John Kuss did the right thing. You don't throw it, you just eat the ball right there, or run it if you can. It's a great play by the Wooster Generals.
Gordon gets off a high kick that bounces out of bounds at the 20.
Now the General offense, that ever dangerous offense, back on the field.
Out of bounds on the 20-yard line, where Wooster will take over, first and 10.
Wooster 384 yards of total offense last week in the win over Garfield.
All right, see if the defense can come up with a big play now. Worcester's played largely mistake-free football here on offense. Let's see if the Grizzlies can change that.
Doherty pump fakes, going long for the corner. Trying that timing route again with Darian Owens, one-on-one with Anthony Pappas.
Darian Owens, that's like a track sprint. He just takes off.
Darian Owens.
And, you know, the pressure's on the Grizzly DBs. Right here, it's Anthony Pappas, and Anthony does the right. He just turns and runs. And, man, you just got to accelerate and as quickly as you can to try to stay deeper than the deepest. And he did a good job. Anthony did a nice job right there.
Well, and Anthony gives up about 4 inches to Darian Owens. So
yeah, he's got a little height advantage as well.
Oh boy, plowing through is Nick Miller to stop Anderson, and negative yardage on that play.
Interesting story with Nick. John, last year he played at Wooster. Remember, he transferred from Worcester, so these are his former teammates that he's swapping paint in the trenches with tonight, and he just did a great job right there. Boy, we saw him make a lot of plays last week too. And it's good to see him right there getting some penetration and making a big tackle in the backfield. Now 3rd and 14, but boy, we've seen him pick these up. We've seen him convert these tonight with these good receivers. And Doherty, they can convert. We got to get some pressure here.
Oh, and Darian Owens knows that he moves.
Yep.
That'll make it 3rd and 19.
Now these aren't huge mistakes, but we're starting to see the Worcester offense now starting to get some penalties here, and that rhythm certainly has been broken up and disrupted, and that could be fatigue setting in. Could be the Grizzly defense dialing it up a little bit here. But whatever it is, it's 3rd and 19, and the Grizzlies got to get a stop. Get a stop right here. We're going to have a timeout. The Generals are going to talk about things. 3rd and 19. You got to watch their big receivers.
3:53 to play in the 3rd quarter.
You see defensive coordinator Rob Karavic and linebacker coach John Yagi over there talking about things. Coach Dennison's going to join the discussion and lend a few words of encouragement. But they want to get off the field right here. Coach Pappas talking to the defensive backs. A lot of instruction going on by these Grizzly coaches during the course of the game. As you look at the scoreboard here, 3:53, as John mentioned. Remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Other things defense to talk about on these screens. I don't know if Worcester has screen in their repertoire of offensive plays, but this is good screen down right here. Draw, quarterback draw, with Doherty being a good runner, but this is where you tell the defensive backs, stay deeper than the deepest, under coverage, drop into your zones, break on the football, make something happen. All right, here we go, 3rd and 19.
See what they pull out of the bag of tricks here. It's just going to be a keeper by Doherty, nothing doing. Big play there coming through for Wadsworth. Ryan Wise, the senior linebacker.
Good job by Ryan. Big play right there. saw the Generals do this before, and they gained a lot of yards on it before, so they came back to it. It's a relatively conservative play, but the Grizzlies are going to send Jack Snowball deep, and it looks like Nate Winkler as well.
Devin Doherty to punt.
And Grizzlies going to get good field position.
Yep,
and
if all goes well, should have good field position.
Mr. Everything, Devin Doherty to punt it away. Snowball has to let it bounce. It takes a Generals bounce out of bounds at about the...
Boy, that was a heck of a bounce. Very
34 or so.
Fortuitous bounce there for the Generals. Man, they picked up probably 12, 15 yards on that bounce.
Punt goes out of bounds on the Grizzly 35-yard line. Wadsworth will take over first and 10.
That's okay. Grizzlies still in good position. First and 10 on about the 35-yard lines. 3:08 left in the third quarter. Ball game all even here at 28.
It's a 52-yard punt with the roll. Half of that was the roll.
Yeah.
First punt of the night for Wooster results in Wadsworth having first and 10 at their own 35. Back to Jack. To the 42 he goes. Gain of 7.
Boy, and I'll tell you, the Generals secondary is getting tighter and tighter to that line of scrimmage. I wouldn't be surprised if you see a shot downfield off play action as you get a look at our crack team of cameramen up there on the roof of the press box here at Art Wright Stadium, bringing the wonderful pictures to you tonight.
And the Generals all over that one. Will stop the momentum of Jack Snowball at the 45. Give him 3.
It's be close to a first down. Let's see where they mark it.
Grant Stokes, Eric Benton, and on the stop for Wooster.
They're half a yard short. Oh, he's going to have it. So first down.
First and 10. Ball now on the Wadsworth 45-yard line.
Speaking of cameramen, John, Doug Gilbert doing the filming for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, the team coach's cam. There goes Snowball. He just had a nice little hole on the right side of the line. Has Doherty to beat. He does. Another touchdown for Jack Snowball. His third of the night. And it's 34-28. That's a 60-yard run.
Yeah, look at the blocking. Look at Boffman throwing a nice block. Didn't see it, but I'm sure Winkler got it at least delayed the corner out there. And I'm telling you, when receivers block, that's what, when you spring long runs, the receivers are blocking. Great job by Jack Snowball. He's getting cranked up. He's getting stronger and stronger. And it's making those Grizzly fans happy.
Extra point by Escudero is good, 35.
Escudero's PAT is no good.
No, it's no good. Wide to the left.
I hate to see those, but especially in tight games. 34-28.
28. Grizzlies 34.
If the offense keeps moving like it is, I'm not sure it's going to matter, but defense has got to get out here and get a stop.
Jack Snowball now over 200 yards rushing on the night, and that was his third touchdown. And go have a seat, young man.
Yeah, geez, get off your feet for a minute or two here. Grab some water. You got to stay hydrated. Trying to avoid the dreaded cramps.
Drawing. If you have the winning ticket number, you are a lucky person. You're going to take home $1,406. I'll announce that ticket number in a minute. I'll give you a chance to get those tickets out. $1,406. $1,406 will also go over the athletic fund for Wadsworth High School athletes.
One of his guards there, John Hamblin.
Wadsworth Athletics. You have the winning ticket number.
Gilbert helping out there. We mentioned Dad Doug Gilbert up there doing the films for the Grizzlies. Luke helping out again on the sidelines as a manager.
This one bounces up into the numbers of
Marcel Anderson,
number 7, Marcel Anderson, a junior.
Worcester takes over
Those
first
types
and
of
10 with the
kickoffs
ball
make
just
me nervous
across
when
their
that
own 30-yard
return
line.
man can get the ball quick like
Here's
that off
winning
the
ticket
bounce.
number, 0483.
That creates a dangerous situation, but good coverage there by the Grizzlies.
0483.
And again, the referees are going to slow things down here and give the guys a chance to get a drink and catch their breath before resuming play.
1:57 left in the third quarter.
We've got a
And a
timeout
fun
on the
football
field
game
here.
tonight. A lot of action, a lot of different
Once
things
more,
going
winning
on.
ticket number,
At the moment, the good
0483
guys that we root for in the
181.
lead here.
Bring that up to the
34 to
announcers booth,
28.
which is on the west side of the stadium. That's the home side. We're right in the middle.
And while we have a pause, John, nice to mention the Wadsworth City Schools celebrating an
Wadsworth City
excellent
Schools
with
want you to
distinction
notice the
rating.
many
We've
local
got banners
merchants
in
that
the
have
stadium
purchased
tonight
advertisements
celebrating
in
that.
our programs.
The
These
only
businesses
school in
deserve
Medina
our
County with the
patronage.
excellent with
Please shop
distinction
Wadsworth
rating.
first.
Also, at the same time, celebrating the being named Medina Gazette Best of the Best School Districts as you look at Coach Greg Dennison, Assistant Principal, High School Principal Jeff Taringo, who takes pictures, a lot of the pictures, game pictures for the guys, provides them to the players and families, very nice.
Wooster going to start from their own 30. First down on the pass to Darian Owens from Doherty.
Boy,
That's a hookup there, those two.
that's a hookup, and it scares you when they hook up because they can take that one all the way to the house. But nice tackle there by the Grizzlies secondary, converging on the receiver,
This time the ball is on their own.
bringing him
42-yard
down.
line.
It's going to be a first down now. Still waiting for that big turnover here. Grizzly defense, see if they can come up with it.
There's Anderson. Oh, ball popped out. Grizzlies saying they pounced on it. They may whistle it dead, though.
Anderson, the ball carrier.
Devontae Anderson should have some rather fresh legs. He hasn't.
Yeah, he hasn't carried the
seen
ball
much
much in the
action.
second
Let's see.
half.
Ball popped out after.
Let's see, it's Ryan Wise and
Contact with the
Tavanello, and
Oh, that's a
boy,
fumble.
that's a fumble.
Second down and 8. Ball is on
Yeah,
Wooster, 44
that
yard
one
line.
is a fumble.
Let's see
And
who. You see,
he knocked it out. That knee
Yep.
was just kind of twisting around there, but not quite down. And I think it was Tyler Perry that knocked it out. But Generals dodge a bullet right there, and
40
call in their favor.
40 seconds left, third quarter. Oh, nice tackle from behind. That's big Nick Miller again.
Ooh. Boy, that's a great
Jersey tackle.
Yeah, but you know, whether you get the hardest hit there is, or if you just get them down with an arm tackle, the bottom line is you got to tackle for a loss, and I'll take that every time.
Brings up third down and 10.
Great job by Miller. A little misdirection, counter play, pull the backside guard and tackle, but Nick says, nope, you're going to stay right here.
That was Nick Miller on that stop for Wadsworth.
All right, fourth quarter coming up.
So the story this second half, Jack Snowball now 21 carries for 211 yards. As the Grizzlies walk up to the sideline holding up 4 fingers indicating let's play 4 quarters. Grizzlies with 17 first downs on the night, and there you look at the scoreboard changing to fourth quarter, and it's a tight one, 34-28.
Yeah, and this game will be won in the fourth quarter, so we'll see. Hopefully the conditioning and all the hard work the guys have done through the winter and into the summer and through 2 days, we'll see if all that hard work pays off, because on a night like tonight, boy, it is just, it's draining. The heat, the humidity, and just still no wind blowing at all here at our Wright Stadium. It is just a still night, no motion at all in the flag at 9 p.m. Still a warm one.
Wednesday, girls soccer will be home versus Northern.
And again next week.
7 o'clock. Thursday,
Grizzlies will finish out the non-league portion of their schedule at Medina.
That's going to be a challenge. I'll tell you, those Medina Bees are going to be tough this year, and we see tonight they got
another team with
week
the
one.
spread offense.
Another spread
explosive,
offense. Great weapons.
speedy players. Couple
Great
Division
quarterback.
I players.
Yeah, great quarterback. So boy, yeah, the Grizzlies really will have their work cut out for them. But they got their work cut out for them right now against this Wooster General offense.
3rd and 10 though for Devin Doherty, senior quarterback in his Wooster Generals. He whips one and it's intercepted. Tyler Perry gets his 2nd interception of the season. Down the sideline he goes, still on his feet for the 10.
All right, outstanding. There's the turnover. There's the turnover that we've been waiting on. And I'll tell you, you know what I love? Coach Karavic switched up his coverage. He rushed 3,
And there's
dropped 8.
There's what you get with a tight end with good hands playing outside linebacker.
And I like the run after the catch right here. You know, this is great. He did a nice job of just getting down. That's what you do. You get to the nearest sideline, you pick up your blocks, as many as you can. And he did just an outstanding job of making a positive gain, run after that catch. Outstanding job there.
Trevor Villegas, the senior guard, finally there to stop, and Villegas, counted on heavily as a two-way starter, increased his size and speed. He plays both ways, which he didn't have to do last year, but now it's back to Snowball. He's just carrying defenders with him down to about the 2.
Your typical high school running back, this is going to be a no gain or a 1-yard gain.
That's big Keegan Bess again. He got away from.
And that's a great linebacker that he just ran through. And boy, the Grizzlies nearing what could be a somewhat of a knockout punch. We'll see. But big momentum shifter, big change. Sudden change. That Wooster defense seems to be wearing down.
2nd and goal from the 3. This is Bothman, lowers the head, goes in. Did he fumble it in the end zone or at the goal line?
He fumbled it and it came back out on about the 1. Didn't see who got on it.
Oh, and Wooster has it. Unbelievable.
Okay, all right.
Here it is.
Yep. Well, it's just one of those plays where the tackler's helmet, that was number 7, Marcel Anderson, right on the football. It popped out, and the Generals fell on it. So,
boy, that could have been some important points for the Grizzlies there, down by 6.
But you know, that's one thing that makes football a great game. It is what it is. You gotta refocus. You gotta get your defense back out there. You can't hang your head. You don't have any time. The most important play in football is always the next one. You got to put it behind you and just focus on what you got to do right now to win this football game.
That's Keegan Bess.
You know, one of the things we talked last week a lot, John, about the leadership that the Grizzlies have with so many experienced seniors on this football team. That's where you need those leaders to just step up and say, let's go.
10 minutes, 30 seconds counting in the ball game.
Something bad happens, you just got to forget about it and move on.
Second and 5 now. They bring it out to the 7. They'll give it to Anderson.
Devonta Anderson, the ball carrier.
Mark the ball about the 9-yard line now.
3rd and 3.
And this is a big one. See if the Grizzlies can stop them here. John Cush trying to get the Grizzly crowd fired up. Big down right here. See what Coach Karavic does.
Yep, Cush playing that free safety position, going both ways tonight.
And get a good look at the Grizzly cheerleaders, getting the crowd fired up. All right, here we go.
It's Anderson, he got it, and more, and he is being chased by Mitch Gordon, but Anderson gonna tie the ball game on a 91-yard run by Devontae Anderson. You can see that one coming. Here it is. He just blew quickly by all 11 Grizzlies.
Yeah, we talked about their big playability, and I mean, you see it. They can score on any given play, and just made a nice run there. Anderson, the Grizzlies kind of packed things in, and he just, once you get by that first level in short yardage defense, there's a good chance you can take it to the house, and he did right there. So
Anderson
just
now,
like that, tie ball game with an opportunity to go ahead.
Anderson now with 166 yards rushing, but 91 of it on that play right there. Extra point is good, so Anderson now with 3 touchdowns tonight. He had 4 last week, so 7 for the senior running back from Wooster on the season.
Outstanding play, and again, tip your hat to the Wooster Generals there and Anderson, and they make great plays, and they made one right there, and this is a good football team, and they're refusing to go away. So they take the 1-point lead now, and now it's back. The ball is back in the Grizzlies' court. What are you going to do? Something bad happened? Lost momentum. Now you got to rise back up and come right back at them. You got plenty of time on the clock. Get down there and score a touchdown.
.9:22 to play in the ball game.
Good sideline look there at Tavanello, one of the good leaders on that Grizzly football team. Again, that's what you need. You can't hit the panic button. You got to keep your poise. You got to keep your intensity. You got to dial it up a little bit.
Kevin Dougherty to kick off. Jack Snowball deep for the Grizzlies.
Come right back at him.
See if Dougherty pooches one up a little short to avoid a Jack Snowball return here.
Offsides again. They did it again. Wow, they better rethink that. Again, that's 2 penalties on them, and the kids are excited. I don't know. You get conditioned when you watch the kicker go. You get in condition of going into your sprint. Because you got to get down there and hit full speed as quick as you can, and it's just hard. I think sometimes for the high school guys, they forget about that they're just doing the mock approach to the line of scrimmage, and that's the second time tonight that they take off. It's an offside penalty, so Snowball moves up, puts his heels on about the 11.
And it will be short. It'll be Nate Winkler. Keegan Best trying to strip it out, and Winkler stopped at the 35, so Grizzlies decent field position with 9:16 to play in the game.
Winkler did a good job of holding the ball with 2 hands and covering it up in traffic as Best was trying to rip it out of there.
First and 10 with the ball on their own 35-yard line.
All right, Grizzlies good field position, 35-yard line.
Kinds of Wooster players there to wrap up Snowball. Can't bring him down though. That was a wrap up.
Jack Snowball, the ball carrier.
He's in a battle. We need him to battle right now. This is one of those drives right now. This is a money drive. You gotta have it if you're gonna win the game.
Gain of about 2 brings up 2nd down and 8. The ball on the Grizzly 37.
Coaches always harp on doing everything right and the attention to detail. This is when you gotta have it.
Whistle blew the snap. Cody Fox was in motion, and the snap came back and hit him in the helmet.
Yeah, but I think it was I think we got lucky with some kind of procedure penalty before. Somebody moved up front. It is going to be just a 5-yard penalty, but that was fortunate there for the Grizzlies.
Illegal procedure penalty against Wadsworth.
That didn't turn into a fumble or a lost football.
Makes it 2nd down and 12.
Okay, 2nd down and 12 now.
4.5 minutes to play.
A lot of penetration there.
Yep.
A lot of penetration.
Nowhere to go on the fake the snowball.
Football carry. Grant's coach in on the stop 4.
I don't know if we had a blown blocking assignment there or not, but we had a lot of white jerseys in the backfield right there. Now it brings up a 3rd and 15.
Throws long over the middle, jumping up high, almost making the catch was Nick Seamy, but ball hit the ground, incomplete. Seamy looks to be hurt at midfield. Here it is.
Yep.
He's hanging laundry on that one.
Yeah, just hung up a little bit and he got undercut. That's what happened to Nick right there. He went up high and gave great effort trying to catch that ball, and he got hit low there by one of the DBs, but he looks to be okay as trainer Ron Bret helps him off the field, and hopefully Nick's okay. But the Grizzlies are going to have to punt the ball now. Another timeout by the officials to give the players a drink as you look at Nick. But the Grizzlies are going to have to turn that ball over now to the Generals, and the Generals should get good field position here. And John, this Grizzly punt unit has struggled a little bit at times with the snaps. So again, things got to be right here. They hit him
back there, and you're going to say it hit a Wooster player or the Grizzlies, but it hit a Wadsworth player, not a Worcester player.
Yeah, they were kind of locked up as they go downfield. And see.
Yeah, it hit off the helmet of Nick Curvin. So.
And then the Grizzlies picked it up. Now the Grizzly coaches are lobbying for the football. Coach Dennison, who had a close view of the play, they were right there, but coach upset that. And remember too, John, that the Grizzlies lost out on that call earlier where the Worcester had fumbled and they ruled it down, so coach probably kind of seeing his limit there of close plays that the Grizzlies didn't get. But see if the defense can come up with a stop now.
If it hits the kicking team, it's still the other team's ball. If they recovered, it's a dead ball there, right?
Right, it would have been a dead ball in Wadsworth football. But at any rate, it's a moot point. The defense has got to come up with a stop. 7 minutes, 7 seconds left now in the fourth quarter.
7 minutes.
7 minutes, yep, 7 minutes, 7 seconds. Now down to 6:57. All right, 2nd and 6.
Keep it on the ground with Anderson. Just can't let him bust one free here.
No. We've seen what he can do. So it's going to be 3rd down and about 3. And wow, this is a time. This is a gut check. You got to get that stop. You got to come up with the big stop. Now again, I wouldn't be surprised if Doherty mix up the snap count. Tries to get you to jump off sides. You got to watch the football here. Sure, Coach Karavich shouting that out to the Grizzlies, and then got to attack downhill. We got to make a play here.
Yep. And a nice tackle made. Kuss comes up from his safety position.
Boy, Kuss and Boston talk about attacking downhill. They read the run, and look at that, boy. John Kuss pads low, coming in hard and making a good, sure tackle. Great job there by John Kuss. The Grizzlies are going to send, looks like Kuss deep now for this punt, but boy, you got to watch this, John. You got to watch this. Only 2 yards to go, and we know Wooster likes to do some different things here with special teams. So let's see.
Kind of a low wobbly one. You just let that one go. Grizzlies all stay away from it, and it's downed at the 23-yard line by Von Blair, or is that 22?
Wooster is down.
Yeah, 22.
Yeah.
On the Grizzlies, 23 yards.
All right, here we go.
5:02 to play.
Fasten your seatbelts, Grizzly fans.
Take care of that pigskin.
Here we go. Let's go. Get it done. Get it done right here.
Gordon moves into the slot. Just gonna throw. He's being chased. Gets out of it. Looking for room to run. Still looking for room. No one to throw to, and he loses a couple yards. Then we're gonna have a penalty.
Could it be a face mask?
Yeah, that's what Kuss is saying. He's grabbing his face mask. Let's see.
Oh boy. Yes, sir. All right.
Let's see here.
They're marching it off. It's a 15-yarder.
There, it wasn't there, and there it is. Left arm of Wooster player there reached in and
all right. It's about time.
The mask.
Yep, about time. The Grizzlies caught a break right here.
Gives the Grizzlies a first and 10 with
first down.
35-yard line.
So good job there, and a little bit of luck never hurts.
Nate Winkler split wide to the left. Mitch Gordon to the right. It goes to Snowball. And he surges forward just short of the first down, but just when you think the play is done, he ekes out a few extra yards.
Yeah, just great balance right here. Three-legged drill, he puts that hand down again, he keeps his balance and goes forward for about 8 yards right there.
Someone in, you need to get that car moved. 5-1-6.
Boy, a nice, methodical touchdown drive would be great right now. Chew up this clock.
Yeah, don't give that Wooster offense a lot of time to get anything done. 4 minutes to play. Snowball in trouble. And
Jack Snowball, the ball
third
carrier,
and short now. He may have lost one there.
Yeah, there's number 36 again. Best coming up with another nice tackle.
Well, just when you thought he was out of gas, and a little while ago saw Snowball carrying him along with him there, he makes a big play. So that's what a senior leader does.
6'2", 225-pound linebacker.
3rd and 1 now for Wadsworth. Snowball lowers the head and will not get it.
Wow. This is decision time here for the Grizzlies.
Well, Coach Dennison is giving Matt Vickers, the senior wide receiver, the play, and they're going to go for it.
Okay,
this
and
could be the game.
Yeah, and this about a yard to go here in the pass now. Grizzlies have done some different things with the short yardage. They've gone to the fullback and they've gone to the tailback. But this, like you said, could be the game.
Little toss sweep around the end. That's what it'll be. And he's going to get it. First down into general territory. And
good call. They went with the sweep on that one. And Jack hit the corner. Got a nice lead block from his guard. Look at that, a little decleat block by Nick Tavanello. And Nick, being the competitor there he is, he knocked one guy down and went after another one. Great job by Nick.
That's the 3rd 4th down conversion by the Grizzlies tonight.
Boy, 2 minutes, 33 seconds with the clock running.
And they were 2 for 2 in 4th down efficiency last week. Cook's gonna throw. A little dangerous there, but incomplete.
And that'll stop the clock, but bring up a
Johnson's
2nd and
pass is
10.
headed for number 9.
2:21 to
Brings up
play.
2nd down and 10.
You got some Wooster defenders sucking wind down there, boy. They're down
They
on
are.
their knees, and
They are. This is that gut check time now. Everybody's tired. What a good football game it's been now. 2:21 left. 2nd and 10.
here's Snowball to the 44-yard line.
Nice gain. Now they're going to have to start hurrying up. 2 minutes, 13 seconds left.
2-minute offense.
Yep, they're going to have to start moving. The pace has got to quicken.
Fenton in on the stop for Wooster.
And they call a timeout. Grizzlies will go to the huddle, down to one knee.
Timeout Grizzlies.
Get some water out there.
And looking ahead again, JVs will be at Worcester tomorrow at 10. The volleyball team is at Firestone tomorrow morning, also at 10 o'clock.
There you see our score. Grizzlies
Next
trail by
contest will
just
be
1
Tuesday,
point.
Boys soccer at Nordonia.
2
and the
minutes and
volleyball
5
team will be
seconds
home
remaining
versus
in the game.
Hockley. That's on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, the girls soccer will be at
Also,
home.
thanks for a
versus
great
Nordonia.
job by our crew tonight.
Next Friday,
Andrew
the
and
varsity
John
football
down
team
in
will
the
travel
truck, our
to
camera
Medina.
operators, Alex, Jr.,
7
and
o'clock
Phil.
start next Friday night.
Thanks, everybody.
Wadsworth varsity at Medina.
See you next week at Medina.
Duke Stadium. All right.
That may have been an official's timeout for a water break. Not sure. Well, it's 3rd and 6 on the 44. Let's see. Snowball gets the toss. Fights for it, turns, got it. He goes loose, go to the end zone. Jack Snowball again. Unbelievable. It looked like he was dead in the water, got the first down, still on his feet, twists out of a grab, and sprints down the sideline for another touchdown.
It's just like everybody on that field stopped except number 5. Kept the legs driving, spins through the tackle. We said it was gut check time. We see what Jack Snowball has when it's gut check time. Well done. Great, great play. Way to rise up. All right, 2 minutes left now. Grizzlies going to go for 2. Just try to stretch that lead to 7.
4 touchdowns and 284 yards rushing for Snowball. 2-point conversion here. Why not? Jack Snowball got it. 42-35. Here it is. 2 minutes remain.
Wow. Great job. We talked about the competitiveness of Jack Snowball and being that ability to dial it up to the situation, to what the situation calls for. And that is just an outstanding example. And again, credit all the offensive line. I give a lot of credit to that number 5 for that great, great play.
Great replay again, guys, getting that one.
Yeah, good camera work. And now you got 2 minutes, and if we know anything, these guys will not go away. These Wooster Generals are going to fight till the end, so the defense is going to have to come out and close the door.
20 first downs on the night, Roger. Wadsworth had 21 of them last week against Ashland. There's your player of the game, Jack Snowball, and taking a seat, deservedly so. He will sleep well tonight should the
Yes,
Grizzlies win this one. Squib kick, bounces up, fielded at the 17-yard line. Here's Von Blair. He's got some jets. but a nice wrap-up job there, a penalty. There's Eric Yetzer over there wrestling with Blair.
With the flags.
No, they should have blew the whistle there.
Von Blair on the return for Wooster. There's a flag on the play.
See what happened, but it could be a face mask.
He's pointing Worcester's way, I'm not sure. I don't know either. Yep, it's on Wooster.
All right, they back him up. Did he call a face mask? Was it a?
Yeah, I think the Blair grabbed the mask of Yetzer when he was trying to
stiff arm him.
Yep.
Okay, all right, that's a break for the Grizzlies. Now a lot of pressure.
Has to go 90 yards in 1 minute 50 seconds. Here it is again.
There's the stiff arm. And he must have grabbed the piece right there. He grabbed
right
the
there.
face mask right there. All right, pressure on the Wooster offense now.
Look for Doherty to chuck it. He's looking for Owens over the middle, almost intercepted. Right there was C.J. Edwards cutting in front of that intended receiver.
Well, good break on the football.
Well, he stepped right in front of number 23, Brenner Lewis.
Yep, that's a good break on the football by C.J. to break that pass up.
C.J. Edwards.
They got a little pressure that time. That's something they haven't had a lot of tonight. This is the time as a defensive lineman, you pin those ears back and you just go get the quarterback.
Second and 10 now from their own 10. 1:45 left in the ball game. Wadsworth up 7, 42-35. Our scoreboard reads 40. After that two-point conversion, Wadsworth made it 42-35.
Byron Brown, their pressure right there, and got Doherty to move to his left and try to throw while on the run to his left, and that's not an easy thing to do for most quarterbacks. So now it's got 3rd and 10.
With 1:39 left.
This is where the pressure, boy, if you can get pressure on that quarterback.
Again, our scoreboard reads 40-35. We should mention it's 42-35 after Wadsworth converted a two-point conversion after that last score. 3rd and 10, Doherty looking over the middle. He's got an open receiver, Brenner Lewis, and he gets the first down, shy of the 30.
Nice little safe pass. Little dig route down and in. And Brenner Lewis catches that pass nicely and catches it on the run, turns it up, gets a first down. So clock running now with 1:27. Again, correct score 42-35.
Yeah, there you see the scoreboard, 42-35. Wooster needs 6 here. Long pass, wide open. Owens just out of his reach. Kuss was there, but a little too far behind him.
Good job by John Kuss getting over to cover that deep pass. Boy, these general receivers are speedy, and their quarterback has a strong arm and can get it to him deep.
Doherty's pass intended for number 6, Darian Owens, incomplete. And he's up 2nd and 10.
Second and 10. 1:13 left.
Doherty, just that little short drop back. He's just dumping it off over the middle. 3rd and 10 now.
Same pass to Brenner Lewis again. Grizzlies rush 3, dropped 8 into coverage, and had some nice under coverage right there to take away that route.
On the defense for the
Once
Grizzlies.
again, bringing up a 3rd and 10.
1:09 to play. Maybe our graphics computer is locked up or something, but it is Wadsworth 42, Wooster 35. There we go.
Big down. Here we go. 1:09 left on the clock. 3rd and 10.
Doherty whips one strong, incomplete through the hands of LeBrent Ward.
Now it's 4th down. 4th and 10. A lot of pressure on the Generals here. This is the game.
Deeper than the deepest.
Deeper than the deepest, but you want it. You're under coverage to take away the 10-yard stuff. And like there's going to be a timeout.
Wooster going to draw something up here. Wadsworth up 7 with 1:05 to play. 4th and 10 coming up from their own 28.
Grizzly coaches Anthony Pappas, Rob Karavic, and John Yagi all going out there to talk to the defense. And
on your way home tonight,
Coach Pappas is talking up. Keep everything in front of you. Break on the football. I'm sure the under coverage, Coach Karavic and Yagi. Drop to about 12, break on the football, try to take away anything around 10 yards. And up front, pin your ears back and bring it. Your best pass rush move, get it in your mind before the snap. Watch the football, explode off the football, and go after that quarterback with everything you got. Jack Snowball encouraging his teammates.
Back out there. Here come the Generals out.
Bleachers are shaking here at our right stadium as the fans pound their feet in excitement. See if the Grizzly defense can get it done one more time here.
Down play and what could be the ball game right here. 1:05 to play. Doherty steps through a hole.
Make him run.
For a receiver. He found one incomplete. Pass broken up. Ball turns over on down.
Great job there. C.J. Edwards popped that ball out of there, but we got pressure here. Looks like Coach came. Let's see if he rushed 4 or if he came with an outside blitz. It looks like Gordon came in. But look at this. Nick Kirby with those good wheels chasing. They got Doherty out of the pocket. C.J. Edwards broke on the football, hit the receiver right when it hit his hands and knocked it out of there. So good job by the defense.
So the Grizzlies will go into victory formation here, the genuflect formation. Down to one knee, let the clock roll out. Get out of here with a week 2 victory to go 2-0 on the season.
And it was a hard-fought victory here tonight. What a battle. Great, great high school football game.
Clock says 50 seconds.
A lot of smiles over there as you look at C.J. Edwards. Coach Karavic always instructing, talking to Ryan Wise a little bit. Always instructing and telling him this is what we need to do. You always got to learn. I'll watch the film tomorrow morning. A lot of happy faces tonight. This takes the knee. That should be it as you look at the Grizzly band celebrating tonight's big win over the Wooster Generals. The clock winds down. 3, 2, 1. And the victory is complete. The Wadsworth Grizzlies, they storm the field.